So this was a rough shipment. You see all my videos with all kinds of happiness and information. I kind of want to share with you the rough side and the ugly side to, I guess, transshipping fish in, buying so many fish, keeping fish in general. It's been a difficult shipment. This is Monday morning now. I had my shipment come in yesterday afternoon. Julie and Luke, the transshippers, are nice enough to meet me at the international airport nearby, San Francisco, and they let me pick up my fish so that I can get them in fastest and take care of them. Right? So what I had to go through is what they go through every single time. Well, right off the bat, I got 4 boxes of fish. They made sure they were there. We had them packed together. I check them. One bag, even though it's taped fantastically, is leaking almost all the water, and there's a big Thai green Texas in there. So I'm like, crap. I look in there. I bought a real expensive fish, and my white carpintus. This is one that I was going to keep. And I look at it, and he's floating upside down, not even barely moving, and the bag is filled with trash or poop like crazy. And so I'm like, well, the seller didn't fast, which you starved the fish for a few days before, so he doesn't create waste in the bag. And this fish is not doing well. So right off the bat, kind of a negative tone. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going to take off and try to get these there. And they say they had like Bag Buddies, something you stick in to add some oxygen and neutralize it, because they have to deal with this with hundreds of fish every 2 weeks. Like, their goal is to get these fish in and keep them alive for us. Well, now I actually have to do it, right? They're like, it happens all the time. You go home, try to nurse them to health. So I bring her home, get her out of that bag quickly, get her into a clean tank. There's no time to really acclimate because she's really suffering. Here's some footage of her laying on her side, him laying on his side. Get an air stone in there, and luckily this one survived. But this shipment, I had 2 others that did the same thing. It's fairly common. Here's a video of like 5 or 6 more that you see they're laying on their side and they're kind of breathing hard. And sometimes what happens is they get put in the tank and they're super happy and they swim around, and then they kind of like, it's the fight or flight response. And so they like flight and the adrenaline rushes, and then they just like are so overwhelmed they just sit and lay on their side. And it happens quite often, actually, shipping fish from overseas. You get a lot of oxygen next to them, turn off the lights, let them breathe for a little while and recover, and almost all the time they recover. Had it with another female Flowerhorn breeder this time, and I didn't think she was going to make it, but she did. Now, the saddest part, I just want to give a shout out to Luke and Julie. They do this every single time. They get in all these fish. They have to have that care and try to take care of all these prized fish and do well, take pictures, send it to the sellers in case it dies. The pictures, and let them know, do all the work to bring the fish back to life. And then when we get it in our tanks and it's this happy fish, we didn't realize what went on. The other thing that happened, which I'm pretty upset about. I only ordered a few fish for myself this time, about 5. Corn sold me this masterpiece, beautiful fish. Was going to turn out real awesome. I went to go put it in one of my mid-level tanks, and so I actually grabbed them out of the net to put them in, and I looked at them and I'm like, dang, this fish is gorgeous. I'm going to put them at one of my top tanks to make sure nothing happens. I don't want a fish breaking through a divider or anything. Right when I went to put him up there, he right over the tank, he jumped out of my hands and fell 6 feet. He landed, hit his head. His body went stiff, stopped breathing, mouth protruded forward. So I took him, I put him in the tank with lots of air stones, and then after his gills barely moved, after about an hour, he was flopping around a little bit, spinning in circles, just like brain injury. And so I tried to milk him most of the night and take care of him, and he looked like he was getting a little better for a while, and then just tanked. I woke up this morning and he's dead. Actually, pretty sure he was dead about 1 a.m. last night too. Which sucks. You know, I get 50-something fish. How come it's the one fish that I stick up in a tank up above? How come it's the one super nice fish? It's one of mine. For me, boo-hoo. But it was a real nice fish, and Corn let me buy it and found it for me. So that was a pretty big bummer. It's kind of the sad things about it. You know, you get some fish in, and with all these fish. I have another one of my masterpiece right here that came in, and I'm still working hard to try to nurse him to health. They don't always come in healthy. Most of the time the shippers are good, but it's just kind of the ugly side of getting all these different fish and fish keeping. I was just so pissed at myself and beating myself up, like, why did I drop this fish? Why did I get excited and move him to the other tank? Why couldn't it have been one of the many fish I had 6 inches off the ground and it flopped out then? But yeah, if I didn't respond to your message yesterday night, that's probably because I was pretty bummed and sulking about that. But it is what it is, I guess. Maybe I have too many fish. Don't ever let me say that again. Alright, thanks for watching. Like my channel, subscribe to it, give me some comments. Check out our Facebook group, Red Texas and Flowerhorn Lovers United. It's in the description link below. And check out my Facebook page, Dan, your fish keeper friend. All these fish gets posted on for sale and all kinds of other pictures and videos and updates. But I hope this video was... Sorry, I'm tired from staying up all night. I hope this video was an encouragement to you. Or discouragement, I don't know.